What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here, and welcome to our daily show where we discuss the fourth stimulus check update, the two new upcoming physical infrastructure package, and the next stimulus package, as well as what is going on in the world today. Some people are going to be receiving an unexpected stimulus check because of a new fight going on between Republicans and Democrats. And that is the fight over whether or not people should get extra unemployment bonus money for being unemployed and losing their job during this pandemic. And really, this fight kind of stems from the completely different point of views that Republicans and Democrats have. Right now, Republicans are saying, well, first of all, we had two absolutely terrible reports come out on our economy, basically showing that our economy is not doing as well as they thought it would be. In fact, we were supposed to create over 1 million jobs in April, and we only created 266,000 for the entire country. We still have around 500,000 new people every single week filing for new unemployment claims, yet we only produced 266,000 new jobs for the whole month. And we also have the April retail sales report, which was completely flat, which basically means that people are spending less, even though the tail end of the stimulus checks were still going out. If it weren't for those stimulus checks, the April retail sales report would have actually been down, which would have showed that our economy and the recession is really not kind of snowballing. It's not heating up. We're getting slightly better, but we really should be getting a lot better. And really, the Republicans and the Democrats have two completely different ways of looking at this. Democrats are saying, yeah, the economy is doing bad. What does that mean? We need more stimulus. We need to pass this physical infrastructure package, which will pass or create millions of jobs. We need to pass the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. We have almost 100 different Democrats that want a fourth stimulus check and a monthly stimulus check that will continue until at least until the pandemic is over and would be $1,000 per month or $2,000 per month. We have two different bill proposals from the Democrats for monthly stimulus checks on the fourth stimulus check. On the other hand, we have Republicans saying, yeah, these reports came out, the economy is doing terrible. What does that mean? We want to take away unemployment benefits. We want to force people to go back to work. We're taking a tough love approach right now. And yeah, people basically have 30 days to get back to work or they're going to lose their unemployment benefits. In fact, I think we have around 17 states right now that are actually saying they're going to take away those $300 per week unemployment bonuses from people that the federal government has passed and Congress has passed from the second and third stimulus check package. It's interesting that this is even happening. I kind of question the legality of if the states even have the rights to do this because this was passed by Congress. Okay, so Congress has determined that this money should go out to people for unemployed, but I don't know, maybe there's a rule somewhere hidden deep within these bills, thousands of pages, that says states can do it. I don't know if there might be challenged in the near future. The legality of this will be challenged. But as of right now, we have nearing 20 different Republican governors that have said they want to take away $300 per week unemployment bonuses from the people on unemployment. This will force some people to go back to work, even if they have to get a significantly less paying job than they had before. However, this is kind of leading to, well, number one, the age old battle between Republicans and Democrats. Democrats saying we need more stimulus, we need more stimulus checks, we need to pass these next two packages, the economy's doing bad. Republicans are saying, yeah, that's not what I'm thinking at all. They're thinking, let's send everybody back to work, no bonuses, and just go back to work. However, this is creating some kind of unexpected stimulus checks that are going to be coming out that a week ago we literally didn't even plan for. Number one is several Republican senators are behind a new bill to what they're calling a back to work bonus legislation that would allow states to use the unemployment money that they have gotten from the federal government to use as back to work bonuses. And this is exactly what we're seeing from multiple different states that are proposing a return to work bonus. As you can see here, Republican House lawmakers on Thursday began advancing a proposal to offer Louisiana residents receiving unemployment up to a $1,000 back to work bonus for the state of Louisiana. We also have the state of South Carolina proposing a $1,200 stimulus check to return back to work instead of a $300 per week unemployment bonus that is passed from the third stimulus check package. Montana is also offering a $1,200 return to work bonus as they ditch the unemployment $300 per week as well. And Arizona is offering a $2,000 return to work bonus in the state of Arizona. So, yes, we're seeing multiple different states say that they want to pay people to go back to work instead of pay people to be on unemployment. Let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Do you think that this is a better way to do things? In one capacity, kind of is, because I mean, we know we've seen countless reports of people that make somewhere around the same amount of money that they would have made at their job with the $300 per week bonus, which actually used to be $600 per week under former President Donald Trump when Trump was president, as well as Mitch McConnell was in control of the Senate, Republican president, Republican Senate, but yet a House controlled by the Democrats. They passed a $600 per week bonus, which is kind of weird that now it's the Republicans that want to get rid of the unemployment bonus. We also seen in the past former President Donald Trump pass that infamous executive order, presidential executive order, that was for $300 per week bonus money for 6 weeks. And he did that just through a presidential executive order, which was amazing, but it was for unemployment money. But now the Republicans are saying that they're completely against unemployment money. So it just kind of shows you how quickly one side, I guess, I don't want to say just Republicans, because I mean, Democrats always change their minds too, but it just goes to show you how quickly they can change their mind in Congress. But let me know your thoughts on this down below in the comments. Do you think it's a good idea to offer back to work bonus checks with this stimulus money that was passed from the third stimulus check that is supposed to be $300 per week for unemployment money, again, passed from a stimulus package? Do you think it's better to do this? Do you think it's better to do it this way? I think it's actually a pretty decent idea now that I'm kind of digesting it. At first, when I was hearing it and there was no back to work bonus, I was like, "Ooh, that's really bad. They're going to take away money from people. We're talking about hundreds of billions of dollars here." But now I feel like if they offer it as a back to work, again, I always look at things from a realist point of view, not Democrat, not Republican. At first, I was like, ooh, that's really bad. I don't think the Republicans should do that. But now that we're seeing this back to work bonuses, I'm kind of thinking as long as all the states do it, I feel like it's a good compromise, right? And remember, whenever you have a compromise, you always have people that are upset and people that are happy and people that are kind of in the middle. Whenever there's a compromise, you never have 100% of people on board, right? I think it's a pretty decent compromise as long as all the states that are taking away this bonus money give it back as a back to work bonus. So, in that case, if all the states did it, they're offering you a bonus to find a new job, or when you find a new job you would get this bonus money as opposed to staying on unemployment. I think in the general terms that would be a great compromise. Now, of course, it won't work for everybody. I mean, if you are making $50,000 or $60,000 a year, I've seen a lot of your guys' comments say, "Yeah, I make 50 or 60,000 a year." And all the jobs that are available are like minimum wage or McDonald's and Walmart. And yeah, there's a lot of jobs available there, but it's like half of what I used to make. And I have a degree or I have these skills or whatever, right? You used to make double. Nobody wants to go to a job that pays them half as much as they used to. I mean, that's a lot of money, right? So I understand how it won't work for everybody, but I think it's a decent compromise if each state that's taking away this money uses it as a back to work bonus check of 1,000, 1,200, or $2,000. Let me know your thoughts on this. And again, it shows how quickly things can change. And this literally has all happened within the last week. Now, fear not, don't worry about the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan. First of all, the Democrats are going to pass these next two packages no matter what. Let's be honest here, right? Yeah, let's be honest. Because honestly, the Democrats are in control. If you hear what they say, the people put us in charge. They voted us in the majority. We're in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency. They passed this last stimulus package without any Republican support at all. And that's honestly almost certainly what they're going to do for these next two packages. Now, I think that the physical infrastructure package, the American Jobs Plan, which will create millions and millions of jobs and will help out our economy, I think that the chances of that, at first, I thought there was maybe only a 10 or 20% chance that they would be able to do a bipartisan deal, get Republicans and Democrats on board. I thought there was probably an 80%, 80 or 90% chance at first that the Democrats would just pass this through the reconciliation process. Now I'm kind of thinking that it might be a 50-50 chance that they'll pass it with Republican support. Even Mitch McConnell almost seemed kind of giddy. I mean, we actually had him smiling in an interview. I mean, who would have ever thought that that would happen, right? We see Mitch McConnell smiling after meeting with the Democrats just a few days ago over the next package, saying he thought there was a really good chance that there was going to be a bipartisan bill or bipartisan passing of this next infrastructure package. We also seen House Speaker Nancy Pelosi say the same thing, and really, the kind of two things they have to iron out, details they have to iron out, is one, the size of the package. Democrats want like $2.3 trillion for this infrastructure package. Republicans initially wanted 600 billion, then they came up to 800 billion. And I think that they could probably make a deal somewhere around a trillion. And I kind of got this feeling that a few days ago that if the Democrats were smart and they knew that this would happen, we all know that they're going to negotiate, right? And the Republicans want to spend less and the Democrats want to spend more. It's just kind of the common sense thing that happens with Democrats and Republicans, just kind of who they are. Democrats want to spend more, but if they knew that ahead of time, they would start high and give themselves a lot of negotiation room. So then they could come down and be like, hey, look, we made great progress and be able to make that deal. For example, if they wanted to pass a $1 trillion stimulus package, and they started at $1 trillion, they would never get a deal done, right? Republicans would never go for it. So, if that's the case, if that's what they were planning all along, I think they have a very good chance of getting a deal done at $1 trillion for the physical infrastructure package. But the two things are the size of the package and the way that they're going to raise taxes. President Biden wants to raise taxes on corporations and the wealthy. He wanted to do this even before he became president. He campaigned on this. And Republicans don't want to raise taxes on corporations or the wealthy. So there's kind of a little imbalance there. In fact, the Republicans are for a gas tax, increasing gas prices with a new gas tax, what they're calling a use tax. So basically, if you use the infrastructure, the roads and the bridges, then you pay an additional tax via gasoline. But of course, President Biden, his initial thoughts is he's not for this because that would raise taxes on pretty much everybody. And he's trying to stick by his statement that he won't raise taxes for anybody that makes less than $400,000. That's kind of a little gotcha that the Republicans thrown in there, because if Biden goes for it, then they're going to be able to say after that, well, you raise taxes on everybody, including me, you, and anybody who buys gas, right? And that would go against his word. So it's kind of a little catch 22. But honestly, I would say there's a 50-50 chance that they're going to pass these next two packages without any tax raises at all. And they can do a couple different things. Number one, Bernie Sanders says, who's the Senate budget chairman, the person in charge of the reconciliation process, says they can save $450 billion per year every single year, and they can use this for Medicare increases and Social Security increases simply by forcing large pharmaceutical companies to give the United States government and the American people, actually would be an additional savings, pharmaceutical prescription drugs for the same price that these companies sell it to other countries for. I think that's a no-brainer. I think they need to make that happen, and they need to do it in one of these next two packages. Basically, they're going to pass a law or something in this package that says that these pharmaceutical companies, if they want to sell their prescriptions in the United States, they have to sell it for the same price that they sell it to any other country for. That alone will save us $450 billion per year, every single year. So over 10 years, $4.5 trillion. In addition to that, the IRS says that they have $1 trillion per year every single year that's owed to them that they do not collect for a variety of reasons. One, they don't have enough staff. Two, there might be information on people's tax returns that they don't know about, or people didn't file tax returns but actually made income, all sorts of different things like that. So if the IRS collected all the money that was actually owed to them every year, that would be an additional $1 trillion every single year, or $10 trillion over the course of 10 years. That's two simple things they can do. I'm sure there's multiple other things like that that they can do to gain billions or trillions of dollars and pay for these next packages. But I think there's a 50-50 chance they're going to pass these next two packages, the American Jobs Plan and the American Families Plan, the next stimulus package, without any tax raises at all. 50-50 chance. I think it could go either way. I think we could see some tax raises on the wealthy or corporations, but not a single Republican's for it, and there's even some Democrats that are against it too. So I think either way, yeah, like I said, I think it could go either way. Now, when we talk about the next stimulus package, the American Families Plan, I still think at this point it's a 90 or 95% chance that the Democrats are going to pass that with the reconciliation process. That's the process where the Democrats can pass the package completely on their own. They'll only need 50 or 51 votes in the Senate, which they have. And that is exactly what they did with the third stimulus check package. Okay. So, what does that mean? That means that Democrats will not have to negotiate with the Republicans over the next stimulus package. I don't think Republicans are going to go for the next stimulus package. They didn't go for the last stimulus package. Remember, the third stimulus check package was passed without a single Republican vote. Not a single Republican from the House or the Senate voted yes on the third stimulus check package. And yet, the Democrats passed it anyways with the largest stimulus checks yet to date. $1,400 for adults, $1,400 for children. That was more than double what they got before, and $1,400 for adult dependents that didn't even get a check before. Okay, that was $1,400 as well. And also, real quick, I want to mention something because I see comments like this all the time. I get something. I'll get people that say they had their son didn't get stimulus check one, two, or three. Okay, so let's just say that your son is an adult who's 21 years old. First of all, the first two stimulus checks passed underneath former President Donald Trump did not have checks for adult dependents. There's no check for if you're an adult dependent, you didn't get check one or two. There is in stimulus check number three that $1,400. However, it goes to the adult who claims them as a dependent on a tax return. So if your son's 21 years old, there's a stimulus check for him for the third round, $1,400, but it goes to the person who claims them as a dependent on a tax return. So you might need to go talk to mom or dad or grandma or grandpa, whoever claims them, because they probably got an extra $1,400 for your son or for your daughter. So just keep that in mind. But remember, the Democrats really this third stimulus check package that they passed on their own was the largest yet to date. The largest stimulus checks. It had the child tax credits, which is the largest yet to date, $3,000 to $3,600 per child, in addition to the $1,400 stimulus checks. So yeah, children are literally getting $5,000 or more from that third stimulus check package alone. The IRS is going to start sending out that $3,000 to $3,600 in monthly payments starting in less than 45 days at this point. It's supposed to start on July 1st. I will keep you up to date on that process. They're setting up a website, a portal where you can log in and give the IRS information and set up the payments or whatever they're going to do. I'll keep you up to date on that whole process. But remember, the Democrats passed that on their own. And if you look at the theme of the third stimulus check package, it was more. Stimulus checks were more, child tax credits were more, there was more mortgage assistance and rental assistance, there was more unemployment extension. I mean, think about all the things that were in that third stimulus check package, and it was just more. Okay. In addition to $350 billion going to states and cities, of which there's a provision in there that says the states and cities have to spend more money this time around on programs benefiting you, us, yes, us, you, me, you, our extended family here, our community. We've already seen California announce a $600 stimulus check for up to two-thirds of Californians, making up to $75,000. This is called the Golden State Stimulus Check Program. This is an expansion of stimulus checks that they've already passed. It was previously up to $30,000. If you made up to $30,000, you would get the $600 stimulus check. Now they're expanding it up to $75,000, and you get an extra $500 stimulus check for a total of $1,100 if you have children. So we're already starting to see some states. We also had North Carolina reopen their $335 stimulus check for children and families. And we have like states like Ohio doing a $5 million lottery where they're going to give away $1 million checks to five different people, as well as five different full scholarships, which is really just a drop in the bucket. The states and cities haven't gotten this money yet. Okay. So these proposals we're starting to see is kind of like, hey, we know we're getting this money, so let's start thinking about how we want to spend this money. We're going to see mortgage assistance, rental assistance, property tax assistance, utility assistance. We've seen Miami in the past when they got their money. They did, I think it was $250 debit cards. We've seen stimulus checks on the county level. The most notable one is Orange County, Florida, did three different rounds of $1,000 stimulus checks. So yeah, we're going to see a lot more of these coming out in the near future when the states and cities actually get this money. Maybe could be this upcoming week, and then I'll keep you up to date as soon as I see any states or cities kind of announce these. If you know of any programs in your state or your city, please comment them down below in the comments. Don't leave a link though, because it'll go to the spam folder. So just say what the program is and how much it is and what state or what county it's for. But I'll keep you up to date on these two new packages, all the stimulus provisions that they want to put in this next package, as well as Social Security raises, Medicare raises, and the daily news of what's going on in the world today. So if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so you don't miss out on new updates. After subscribing, click the bell icon to all notifications to get reminder notifications when we go live, which is every day at 10 a.m., 3 p.m., and 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can click this top video here to watch my newest stimulus check video next. And this video teaches you how to start your own business selling products on the Amazon FBA platform. I've had dozens of students that have already replaced their 9-to-5 income by selling products on Amazon FBA, and I teach them how to do that. So click on one of those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.